let's get started here. We got a lot to cover. So incredible amount of content of new features that we're releasing in Q4, some of which are already available, some of which we're going to roll out throughout the next 3 months. But we wanted to share all the exciting work that our team has been building. And we have categorized the releases in 4 areas of improvement. One is tools to help you win more listings and keep your clients happy. The second is to generate higher quality leads. The third is to increase lead engagement and conversion. And finally, we want to help you measure all of your performance, hold your team accountable, and make it all visible to you and to your entire team. So part 1 on the tool side, I'm going to turn it over to Barry and Gabe to share the features that we'll be launching. Probably around mid-November, we will notify all of you guys as soon as this feature is live. Barry, you want to start?
Yeah. So, one of the things that Gabe and I, with running teams, we're very much in the weeds day to day with our businesses. And so what we try to do is we try to look for, we call them easy wins, to where we can get a hold of a developer within the Ylopo ecosystem and basically pitch an idea and run with it. One of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to empower my agents. So they're not admins, they're just agents. I wanted to empower them to be able to go and create either a flyer on the fly, yes, pun intended, or a single property website. And so what we did was, this tool is going to function similar to the open house tool. You go in, you put an MLS number, you select the agent that is wanting to be featured on the flyer, and then boom, it pulls in the pictures. You're able to actually select the type of use case. So right now, the use cases that we've listed here are just listed, reduced, hot listing, just sold. This is super easy. And then if you want to make it a website, you can just basically check a box, and now your seller, in a matter of 10 seconds, feels like their agent has created this custom website, and it's basically included in the platform. So as long as you have a branded website within the Ylopo world, you're going to be able to do this. And we're committed to this. It's not going to stop. And when Gabe goes over his features, you're going to see this theme where we're going to continue to try to empower your agents that are on a team. We're also going to try to eat all the additional costs like open house tools and all those other things, so that we can try to really bring as much value to the platform as possible. So super easy win. You guys are going to love this.
Yeah, I love it. And it goes a step further. Right now, the work is not on the team admin or whoever it is creating flyers. It's pulling it from MLS, price, bed, comments, things like that. So now, whether they're doing it on their own listing or somebody else's listing in the brokerage, whatever it is, it's just a quick, easy, grab it, create it, and away you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I might share screen here for a quick second, G. So what this is, in the same line, because we're teaching our team members where to go. We've got some great stuff on branded site, but it's not specific to agents. So specifically these community pages that we've created. Here's an example, one in Boise. We've got this market trends where we're pulling data from the MLS where we can start showing sellers. And this is helping win more listings. And as G said, keep sellers happy, or what I like to say, help educate them if we need to get price reductions, right? A lot of us are experiencing markets where it's not multiple offers in the first 10 minutes. We may have to show them what we're doing. So we've already got the heat map and our seller reports you guys have access to, but this market trends report is a great tool to show them what's going on. But again, it hasn't really been able to be branded to a specific agent or anything like that. So again, very specific to how we would do an open house page or the flyer that Barry just showed you guys. We're going to be able to go in and add a zip code or an address, select the team member, and then instantly now have another one pager or a URL that we can send to. This could be sent to an existing listing seller. This could be sent to a seller lead that now brands that agent, pulls their information in, pulls that market trend report specific to where their home is located. So now this can be printed and added as a one pager into your listing presentation. This URL live can now be added to text templates, email templates for drip campaigns or whatever it is, but now specifically branded to that agent. So another just quick thing. And now when I'm on that listing presentation or I'm on the market, I can be showing my seller in real time, whether we need to price more aggressively or probably get that price reduction afterwards, all specific to that agent. And again, both these tools that Barry and I've been working on, these are just part of that Ylopo suite. There is no add-on, no nothing else. And these are all coming very, very soon. We've been working with the dev team to create these and get these in your guys' hands. And we'll definitely be posting more on YSC and doing webinars on this to get them accustomed to using these in their everyday business.
Yeah, and Gabe, one thing I really like about this is we talk about when, after you speak with a lead, staying relevant without doing the age-old, like checking in, have you found a house yet? How do you add value without having to spend a ton of money? And this is just another example of another item of value. We've got custom blogs we're updating every month for you guys. You've got this market report coming out. You've got a heat map for sellers. You've got a HomeBot seller alert. Like, you just have so much really rich data that you're able to provide the consumer. And, these features, I don't know, what would this cost if you were go to a vendor and the vendor says, here's a market report product to give to your clients? I don't know, what, $50, $75?
Minimum, right? A month per agent. Now everybody can pull this. And again, this is not even homes that are on the market. This is pulling all the data from the MLS, the dues that we're pulling, that feed that we've got coming in. So each agent has access to this. I know we got to move on, but now you can pull it in, link it to the site. And I think Dee said, yeah, this is through the MLS, but what's great and how we're pairing this, you guys notice at the bottom, now it's a call to action though, and it lives on your site and it's pulling in other homes to where now they're coming in, interacting, which is triggering AI, Raiya, behavior, priority alerts, all that's now tied together.
Well, and that's the last piece of this. Both the single property page and the market trends are designed to bring the consumer back to your website, not the MLS, not Zillow, not some other third party, because the more that the consumer is using your website, the more data Ylopo has to target the right house at the right time. The more data Raiya has to be able to send that text message that says, hey, this is Gabe's assistant. I think I might have found a home that might work for you, and we wanted to send you a link. That's what makes the world go round. Them using your website, not your competitors. And that's what these things are designed to do.
2 free tools that trigger in the other features and benefits and tech that you're already paying for, which is what
Gabe and Gary, I always say, that I think 75% of our clients don't know 75% of the free tools that are available because we've, built so many of them. And I wonder if we shouldn't have a webinar, which is, really maybe even from the community too, not just like from you guys, but other folks in the community are saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, but it's like a cool tools you may not be using webinar.
I like it. I like that. And that would actually be
great for you guys to host that. I think it'd be really, really cool.
Well, we could package it so that once it's recorded, teams can actually use that as like part of the onboarding. Like, here's what we bought you. Here's some things you can do with it. So. Yeah.
I mean, the comments are flooding in like, yes, cool tools. Because it's like, it's one thing to tell them that it exists, but then like, how do I use it? How do I actually, like, take me through, how do I actually get there? How do I use it? Show me an example. I think honestly, we could probably do multiple parts to this. I think it would be awesome for our community.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one last point here on the product side, guys. So all of the data that you see on all of this reporting comes from Altos Research, which if you were to license yourself is probably like $150 a month. Yeah, and so you're getting all of this, the best data in the industry. That's why we licensed it. You're getting all of this as part of the tooling that you're seeing here. Awesome. Cool. Anything else before we move on?
No, that was it.
All right. Sounds good. Lead generation.
I'm seeing a lot of comments like, where do I find these tools? Right. So that's why I think we should really do this kind of cool series of all the cool tools that we have that you may not be using, exactly where you find it, how do you do it, that sort of thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, I know Colleen is in the room. Whenever Gabe and I are teaching, Colleen is like the master of taking Zendesk articles and like pushing them into the chat. She's probably already started doing it, but maybe somebody can start to share some of these branded site tools, so that the users can start to access. Oh, Gabe.
Yeah, I just threw a link. So I did a webinar, and I think Barry, you might have been on there too. We covered most of these, but we can do an updated one as too, especially once these 2 new features launch. but I just put a link in for everybody where I cover a handful of these tools. But yeah, I would love to do a new one with these because I think there's a way to layer these together to really now enhance everything we've already got with what's coming.
Yeah, and and Gabe, you just linked to a past webinar where we went through the tools.
Correct.
It needs to be updated already, but
Yep.
went to some of the tools. So that's
Yeah,
something.
the other thing is like, I'm weird, and I bet you there's some other people like me who are like, okay, you send me the link, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and life happens, and I never actually watch the recording or read the article or whatever. But if like, okay, I'm gonna show up to this live thing, and I get to hang out live with Gabe and Barry, I'll do it.
Yep.
So we all do things. Some people prefer the recording, right? So let's do a new one. Let's do it live, do a multiple part, part 1, part 2, and then we'll record that. Let's keep going.
2 new tools, especially.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. So lead quality, higher lead quality. So, I get asked all the time from our clients like, hey, we're getting flooded with leads. And those leads are a combination of some percentage of leads who are ready to go, but vast majority are nurture leads, right? And we know as an industry, the highest quality leads that can be generated are portal leads, obviously, because these are people who are requesting showings on a particular property, but the cost is astronomical, right? So, is there an in-between where we can generate a lead that is much higher quality than a standard Google or Facebook lead, but way less cost than a portal lead, right? So we've been in the lab experimenting with this concept of generating a higher quality lead, lower volume, higher quality lead for, almost a full year. You'll see the stats that I'm going to share in a second. And we have finally released a product that we're really proud of called Ylopo Direct Connect. Ylopo Direct Connect leverages a lot of the technology that we built around dynamic registration. And our goal is to generate for you a higher quality, data-rich, and verified lead that actually wants to talk to you guys based on the information they provided on lead registration, right? So these leads are, based on our research, 2x higher quality than normal PPC and social leads. They're going to capture way more demographic information about the consumer, so how to communicate with that person. We actually verify their contact information via text or phone, and we increase the qualification of the leads to improve their chances of transaction. You'll see that in a second, right? So our goal here is to provide you guys an alternative to very expensive bottom of the funnel leads while maintaining the scale and flexibility and cost of traditional PPC and social advertising, right? So let me get into the details. The entry point of Direct Connect is the same as normal Google and Facebook advertising, right? So someone types in homes for sale in Virginia Beach, or they're in Virginia Beach on Facebook, we're going to target them with a dynamic ad that shows them listings they might be interested in, right? So this is just the same as traditional PPC. They're going to come to our website, they're going to view a couple of listings, and registration pops up. Hey, we're going to get you into a free home search engine, build your profile, click here to view homes, right? So this is, again, all standard to what is currently already going on within your home search experience. Where the direct experience differs from our traditional leads is we have spent, countless hours figuring out what is the conversion funnel, right? We've become masters of conversion that is going to generate the highest quality leads possible. And what enables this technology is we built out a dynamic registration platform that allows us in the matter of minutes to adjust our registration experience so that we can test a lot of variations, but also change the registration experience based on what the consumer is actually interested in looking for, right? So we divide our registration experience into 3 areas. We're going to have them build a home search profile. They're going to answer up to 12 questions just to build their home search profile. We're going to get them to submit and verify their contact information. Again, first time in the industry on PPC and Facebook, we're going to actually verify their contact information via text. And then finally, we're going to find out who these people are by asking them relevant demographic questions that you can use to figure out if this person is qualified and how to communicate with this person, right? We'll show you all the details. So let me go live at this point, and I'm going to show you guys the exact registration process, so you have a great idea on how this all works, right? So lead comes into registration, and I apologize, I'm clicking on the wrong link here, so let me just bring this back in.
Well, while G's doing that, one of the things that I really like about Direct Connect is like for the last decade, it's kind of just been like a transfer of information, right? So you get to the website and you want to see the homes. And as the vendor, I'm saying, okay, I have the homes, but in order to see them, I want your name, email, and phone number. And what we've done is we've changed what has been the industry standard for over a decade, and we've made it now a conversation between the consumer and the real estate agent. And so did you got
Okay,
it?
apologize. I've got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
good.
all right, let me show you guys. So consumer comes to the website, they view a listing or two, registration pop-up comes up, free home search engine, show me homes with, and we get them into a home search experience, right? So out of the gate, we're going to ask them a couple of home search questions because we want them comfortable with the fact that they're going to give a home search profile, right? So they tell us square footage, bedroom, bath, what type of properties they're going to live for, do they need a one-story home? And from there, at the moment where we've got them comfortable in the home search experience, this is the first part of how we're going to ID what is this consumer looking for, and then bifurcating them into the right registration experience, right? So philosophically, what we found is that there are three fundamental needs that these consumers are looking for as it relates to home search, right? The first is they have not been pre-qualified and they need to get pre-qualified, right? These are the hottest leads we found that we can generate because they're very serious about home search to the point where they want to get pre-qualified for a loan, right? So we're going to try to generate as many of those leads as we possibly can for you front and center. And as Barry and Gabe will go into, the leads we generate that are looking for pre-qualification, guess what? They're not only great real estate leads, they are even better mortgage leads, right? So if you have a lender partner for the first time with Direct Connect, we can generate a portion of our leads that are pure pre-qualification leads that you can share with your lender partner. And if you don't have a co-marketing partner, which is 2/3 of our clients, guess what? You can go to a lender partner and actually hand them real pre-qualification opportunities and get them to co-market with, right? So how does that work? Have you been pre-qualified for a loan? No, I need to get pre-approved. Our world-class team will help you get pre-approved in minutes. Would you be interested in, yes, I like to get pre-approved. I have financial issues preventing me from qualifying, or I'm looking for something else, right? Only the people who say, yes, I like to get pre-approved will then go into the next section where we say, great, one of our real estate professionals would be reaching out to get you pre-approved. Give us the best contact information for you, right? Again, we only want very serious people to fill out this registration because we want a pure group of people who want to get pre-qualified, right? So instead of just saying, hey, fill out a form, I actually ask them, call me to get pre-qualified, or I'm looking for something else, right? 1/3 of the consumers that hit this portal say they're looking for something else. Great, I've just scrubbed out a bunch of consumers that aren't interested in pre-qualification, right? So only when they press call me to get pre-qualified do we get their contact information to send to you. And you'll notice that when we get their contact information, they cannot progress in the registration unless they verify via text or phone number their contact information, right? As soon as they say verify by text, which is 98% of consumers, as when they provide the contact information, we are now going to text them via Raiya right away and say, hey, is this John Smith? Reply, are you interested in buying or selling? Reply back yes or no, right? And if they reply back no, which is only, by the way, 12% of the time, then we are going to stop texting, right? So this is a way for us to verify and make sure the lead is very high quality, right? Now, let me take you down through the funnel because that's just stage one, right? So
Hey,
let's
real
say
quick, G, sorry, I want to pause because you said something very profound. I want to make sure. Sorry, you're still on the loan. Finish this part. Sorry.
Well, last thing is, let's say, yes, I have been pre-approved. We're going to ask them one more time. Interest rates have changed a lot in the last few weeks. Would you like a second opinion on your pre-approval, right? Yes, I'd like to compare my rates. No, thanks, I'm ready for my pre-approval, right? So the depths of which we capture the person looking for pre-qualification, never unprecedented in the industry. And the reason we do that is twofold. Highest quality lead we found, we'll show you why, and great for lender partners as well.
Right. So what was the stat? I just want to make sure what was the stat of how many of our clients don't have a lender partner?
2/3.
So 2/3 of you right now. What has just happened with going through an additional funnel and more questions, is think about this. Go to your lender or any of these lenders that are calling you. I literally had one right before this wanting to talk to our team and take our entire team out to lunch or drinks. If you could go to that person, go like, hey, if I could show you right now who is not pre-qualified that would like to, or I could show you somebody who's already saying they're pre-qualified, but would like a second opinion, does that have value to you? Of course, they're going to say yes. Perfect. Let me show you what I can do for you. This should be a no-brainer at a minimum to bring on a lending partner to pay for at least half your cost, if not increase your lead generation on this one part. 67% of you do not have this, and this is what you need to show them. Ask them that simple question. If I can show you who wants to get pre-qualified or get a second opinion, does that have value? Done.
Yeah, and just to be clear, we're showing you the platform, all these new features today. We're not going to teach you and coach you on how to use these features yet. We're going to have a separate webinar in the next, let's call it 2 weeks, just for the clients on Direct Connect, showing you all of this, because there are tags for you to easily identify the people who are pre-qualified, so you can funnel them immediately from a lead flow perspective to your lender, or go to your lender partner, create a smart list, and show them, hey, here's all the leads that I have in my database that are ready or pre-qualified right now, right?
And there's been some comments about quality, and we're going to get to that. There's a way that we actually know the quality beyond just like anecdotal. So like, we're going to get to that. We're going to show you about quality and everything like that.
100%.
And I'll just make a sort of macroeconomic point, which is, yesterday's headline in Mortgage Business Daily is like, we're literally at a generational low for purchase loans. Like literally, that was yesterday's headline. We haven't seen this since the Great Recession. Purchase loans fallen off a cliff. We know that refis have completely fallen off a cliff. This is actually the best time, not the worst time, to go get a lender partner, right? Who wants to stay a lender, right? Because when times were incredibly frothy for lenders, they were just like slam with refis. It's easy. They're slam with real estate agents saying, hey, we've got someone for you. They're in contract, get them qualified, all that. Now, those people that want to survive, they've got to go out. They got to hunt. They didn't have to hunt. It was laid down at their feet for the last, whatever, half a decade. The prey was laid down at their feet. And now they've got to hunt. And so this Direct Connect, I promise you, 12%, that's crazy, right? Like we're almost 1 out of every 6 leads is raising their hand saying, please pre-qualify me, right? And the other folks are still going all the way down the funnel saying, yes, I want to talk to an agent, right? And I want to do something in the next, whatever it is, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. So, we are getting the prey to the feet. Okay. We're bringing it there. You still got to hunt. And so we're going to talk more about giving you more tools to help you hunt. Now's the best time. Go get a lender partner, help them pay for a lot of this stuff.
100%. Okay. So it's 14%, right? So 14% of consumers say they want to get pre-approved. And now we've got the rest of the people who say, no, thanks, I'm comfortable with my pre-approval, I'm going to keep going, right? So next thing we're going to do is we're going to say, of the consumers coming to your website, what percentage of them are ready to actually talk to an agent today and want you to call them, right? That's the second priority. So if you're a consumer and you say, hey, I'm looking within 90 days or 3 to 6 months, we immediately tell you, great, let's build a customized home search profile. If we found off-market price reducer coming soon homes that fit your search, can we jump on a phone call to discuss, right? Now, again, we're not forcing the consumer to do this, right? We say, yes, sounds great. I'm looking for something else, right? If you say, yes, sounds great, of course, at that point, we're going to capture your contact information, verify that again, and so on and so forth, right? About 20% of consumers, 100 leads we generate, 20% of consumers say, yes, call me, right? So all those leads are ready to go. We call those hand raiser leads, right? Ready to go. You need to call them right away because they actually requested a phone call, right? So you've got 14% of consumers ready to get pre-qualified, 20% of consumers ready to get a phone call. This is why we call it Direct Connect, by the way, right? Because these people want to directly connect with you. And, the remaining population are what we call home searcher leads, right? So these are consumers who say, I'm looking for something else. I'm just looking for homes to view, et cetera, et cetera. And we say, no problem, go ahead, right? I'm looking for something else. We then look at their MLS search and we say, hey, you know, we found homes for you based on what you're looking for. How often would you like to be emailed for listing alerts, right? They say instant, weekly, daily. I'll browse the website first, right? From there, we capture their email address, we capture their contact information, and even though they said they want to get emailed, we still capture their phone number and tell them what is the best phone number to call you, right? So consumer doesn't go through the funnel unless the expectation is set that they're going to get called and that their contact information is going to be verified, right? Post-registration, we're going to now, again, over and over again, understand when does the consumer actually want to get contact with you? Because again, this is the direct connect product, right? So we ask them, if an agent is available, are you free in the next hour to review your home search options? Yes, I'm available. Another time is better, right? 15% of the time, consumer says, yes, I'm available. We give you a tag for that. You better call those leads right away, right? Because they just said they're available for a phone call. If they say yes, great. I say, looking forward to a call. If they say no, I don't want to go through the funnel again, we actually ask them, okay, what is the best time to call you? Give us a time, you know, weekday morning, weekday afternoon, so on and so forth, right? So once a consumer has actually said, I've registered, I know you're going to call me, we don't just end there, right? Last step, we say, we're verifying your contact information. In order to prepare an in-depth analysis for a strategy consultation, we need some more information about you, right? So at this point, we ask them demographic questions about themselves. Is this the first property for purchase? How will you use this property? What is your annual income? Have you had a bankruptcy before? Do you have more than $10,000 of debt, right? We're qualifying this consumer to understand if it is the type of consumer that you want to work with. Do you have any student loans? What is your credit score, right? Only after answering a battery of questions about themselves will we allow them to view listings, right? You can imagine regular registration process on a competitor website. Give us your name, email address, and phone number. That's it. That's a lead, right? Consumer comes here as a direct connect lead. They're answering 20 plus questions, plus verifying their phone number before they get you, right? So there's going to be a huge delta on quality based on that.
20
right?
questions, 20 questions. And, you know, I mentioned this when you were trying to, when you were tweaking things a little bit, but we've changed the conversation. It's no longer a trade. I have my name and email. I'll give it to you so I can get what you want. That doesn't work as well as having the conversation the consumer wants. Now we're actually giving them value in the funnel. And this has produced better quality, cheaper. It is industry leading and industry changing. I mean, Gabe, have you found that the results have been similar for you? I know for us, it's been tremendous.
I mean, when we talked about this concept, right, we're all like, oh, lead cost is going to go with this, that. Like, we were shocked how committed people got and how much information they're willing to give us. And it just got them stickier because I think they've gone through so many questions and now they want to get to, you know, what they're looking for. I think we were all just kind of blown away by the results and the stats of everything that, you know, that we uncovered by this.
Awesome. So, I mean, just so you guys know, this is very tested and proven at this point, right? Like, this is not in beta, you know, we've been testing it. It could work. It couldn't work. We've gone through 80 iterations of forms that we've been testing. 25,000 leads have been generated. $1 million spent on this product, 300 in alpha beta testers on the platform right now, right? So this is very thoroughly vetted. We don't have a lot of time. I'm just going to play. We've been getting client testimonials and, you know, about why they like the product. So I'm just going to play one of them so you get a flavor for what's going on.
Last 30 days, we've generated 41 leads. And out of the 41 leads, we have booked 10 appointments. The agents are having great conversations with the buyers, and it's a very easy, warm introduction. The consumer is coming to you asking for information on a specific property, and that consumer is welcoming your phone call. The clients we're not reaching or setting appointments with, a very small percentage, you get a bad phone number, and we're putting them in the bad number campaign, which has been great because some of those clients have come back already, and we've been able to have conversations with them. We've also have a lot of people that are a little bit further out on their search. So they're not necessarily ready to commit to the appointment, but they're actively engaged with the agents on the team.
pretty much explains the value proposition right there, right?
Over the last 30 days.
So I'm going to skip all of this content because you guys get.
Wait, don't skip that. The CRM data?
No. I'm going to go
okay.
through this.
All right. Okay.
Data, right. So you've heard the qualitative data about, okay, direct connect logically makes sense. Qualitatively, it makes sense. But what about the quantitative aspect, right? So my team has spent a lot of time. This is, stuff that's not visible on the front end to you, but critical for us on the back end, wiring up and connecting all of your data so that we can understand lead quality, right? And one of the things that we've done, which, for my team, we're like beyond excited about, is in our analytics suite, we now have the ability for every single client to see all of their leads for all of their sources and the stages those leads are in, right? Are they in ABC, A hot, B warm, C cold? Are they hot prospect? Are they closed? So on and so forth, right? And using that data, we're able to quantitatively understand the qualities of the leads we've generated, right? So take Direct Connect as an example. After only 2 weeks of aging on these leads, right? 14% of leads we generated are pre-qual leads, 20% are hand raisers, 66% are home searcher leads, right? Of the pre-qual leads, 22.5% of them have become qualified. A qualified lead is a hot prospect, appointment set, an ABC lead, right? So someone who's been on the phone, talk to the consumer or talk to the agent, and the agent has dispositioned this person as someone that's going to do a deal with them at some point if they can be properly nurtured, right? 22% after 2 weeks. Hand raiser leads, even better, 24.3%, and home searcher leads, still really strong, 19.5%. Right? And it's because we've taken all these consumers through the entirety of the funnel, right? Just as a comparison point, Zillow leads after 2 weeks is about 38%, right? So makes sense. Zillow lead is way more expensive, but for literally, I think our leads right now average around $25, $28 per direct connect lead. Literally that $25, $28 lead is only, 80% or 50% the qualification rate of a lead that is $150 to $200, right? That's the best way to think about, direct connect. It is minimum 2x higher quality than the traditional PPC leads you're getting. And guess what? 51% of all consumer leads we generate respond to Raiya, right? That's insane. Those are all people that you can have conversations with and only 11% of those people are saying, no, don't contact me. So 40% of these conversations are people who want to engage with you, right? Just call those people. You're going to set appointments.
Well, and I want to make sure that everybody watching, when we were small, you would only have 3 or 4 agents. You would launch a product and then you would test the product, and then the teams that you tested with would report back, right? We would, and so what we've been able to do is say, everyone that's using the product, this is what they did in their CRM. It's no longer like, oh, it just works for some people. Like, look at those numbers. That is raw data across 300 different customers, and over half of all the leads are talking to Raiya. So for those that want to poo-poo on AI and all that stuff, tell me when your salespeople have had over half of the leads replying to your ISA, right? Raiya's crushing it. And the data is the data. There's no way around it. It is what it is.
And I know there are a lot of questions popping into chat, guys. We're going to try and come back into these. So again, if it's something specific to this, please throw it in the Q&A so we can get back to this, because we've got a little time to go through a lot more stuff and we'll answer these
100%.
questions.
All right, guys, we spent a year developing this. How much is it going to cost, right? Guess what? No additional charge, right? We're going to give Direct Connect to every client level 1 and above who can do PPC already on our platform. We're giving you a separate $1,200 allocation per level, because these leads are more expensive than traditional PPC leads, to run Direct Connect, right? So you can go ahead and try Direct Connect, see if it works for you. I saw some comments like, does it work in luxury market, etc.? I think so. I think in most cases, I haven't heard that it doesn't work, but it might not work, right? And so here, instead of charging you more money for you to try it out and see if it works or not, you can try it for free, right? Just allocate some of your marketing budget to Direct Connect and see if it works, right? Now, if the great thing about dynamic registration and Direct Connect is if I hear feedback, hey, this doesn't work in a luxury market, guess what? It takes me 30 minutes to spin up a luxury specific registration process for Direct Connect just for luxury markets, right? So this is something that we need your guys' feedback on. Email marketing@ylopo.com. Let us know these different scenarios so that we can continue improving this product, right?
Well,
Go ahead.
I think the sellers are another great example, right? So we all wanted more sellers. We still need more sellers. And when we started to tweak these questions for Direct Connect, we were able to produce the results that we need. Now we've got people that actually say, call me in an hour. Call me in an hour as they're registering. It's pretty incredible. It's setting expectations is what it's doing. And that's why people are answering the phone.
100%. So if you guys want to sign up for a Direct Connect or you have questions about Direct Connect, we can't cover it all today, just go to ylopo.com/Q4 releases. We have more releases for you guys, right? But go there and you have the option to either register for Direct Connect right there or get on Calendly with one of our team members who will take you through the platform and answer any of your questions, right? So just go to ylopo.com/Q4 releases, right? So let me keep moving.
There was a little bit of skepticism in the chat about asking these consumers all these questions. So it was true, because this is not my first rodeo. Like we've been doing digital marketing for like decade and a half, right? And it was true. Sort of the more questions you asked, the more in the old days, the more people just bounced off. Like stop asking all these questions. It got so bad that lead gen companies in the real estate space were just like, just put in your cell phone. That's it, right? One question, and they go from there. But now, like that became rampant everywhere. So everything flipped. It's counterintuitive. We agree it's counterintuitive, but the numbers are the numbers. Guys, we don't just like, oh, let's just try this. Like this is months and months and months and months, right? A year of testing. It's stats. And what's happened, our only explanation for it is people want to know you care. Now they just don't want to be like, oh, put in a cell phone and I'm just some lead and I'm gonna get hit 20 ways to Sunday. They want to know that they're actually dealing with someone that actually cares, that knows their history, that knows everything about them, so they can really help them. So it's become full circle and it's amazing. It's like the more information we're getting, the better leads that we're getting. And so it's really counterintuitive.
Well, and I agree with you, Howard. And one of the changes we made, G came to me and said, hey, we need to tweak Raiya for these new types of leads. And so what we did is Raiya was already at 40 something percent, but the way we were able to get her to over 50% is we used the phrase home search profile, because when G and the engineers and everybody was coming up with these questions, what we tried really hard to do was to make the consumer feel like they were making a concierge like a home search profile that wasn't just bedroom and bathroom. And by like obsessing about the tiniest details, we've been able to do that to where the consumer doesn't feel like it's a trade anymore, which means twice as many people almost are willing to go through the funnel. That's what cut the cost per leads down over time, right? Like, I mean, just that was dynamic. What is it? What do we call it? Dynamic lead funnel
registration. Yeah,
dynamic registration. That was the whole principle. All we've done is iterated on that to where now we're actually doing that. So when you're calling these leads, whether they're direct connect or dynamic registration, you want to use the phrase home search profile. It worked for Raiya, over 300 clients over the last year. It's going to work for you guys.
Yeah. And real quick, there's a lot of questions. Well, what about this tag and that tag? Guys, G just gave you a highlight. There are several others. We don't have time. This is a Q4 overview of everything that we're working on and bringing you. So we will in the next couple of weeks be doing a direct connect specific webinar going through the additional tags, what's going on, how to create smart lists, all of that for you. We just have to give you guys a highlight right now. There's a lot more.
And look, I just read last night something in our client success stories Slack channel. Quote, this is from one of our great CSMs, just got off a call with brand new VIP client, XYZ, won't use his name. He went live almost exactly a month ago and started with Direct Connect right out of the gate. He just let me know that his agents already have to put a Direct Connect lead under contract.
Wow.
and has an insane amount of appointments set. He is over the moon happy already with Direct Connect and planning to up his spend very soon. Huge win for Direct Connect. Shout out to blah, 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 blah. So this is the stuff that we're hearing. So whatever you want to be, you want to be skeptical about it. Don't use it. Or if it doesn't, as G said, like if it doesn't work in your market, like every market's different. If it doesn't work in your market after some empirical testing, then it doesn't work in your market, right? But it certainly should be tried.
Yep, 100%. All right, cool. Let's keep moving. So, we're generating you more. And by the way, last thing to address, all of this works in Canada, right? 100%. Everything I was showing you today, all works in Canada. So, part 3, we've generated you higher quality leads. Now we want to help you engage and convert those leads better, right? And how are we going to do that? Well, the problem that we're seeing, and we still talk to our clients about, is that agents and teams that do not have trained ISAs, right? If you have trained ISAs, fantastic. Obviously we prefer teams that have great ISAs. That's the best results that we've seen. But if you don't have one, you need a consistent phone outreach strategy that complements what Raiya is doing on the texting side to engage and qualify consumers, right? So Ylopo has, after a lot of work and testing, we are expanding our Raiya Live inbound call center into an outbound call center, right? So we have been working on a call center platform. It has been live, meaning we've been hot transferring, connecting with leads since November of last year, right? Our call center is based in the Philippines. They are 100% trained only on Ylopo leads and Ylopo scripting, right? So this call center knows how to work Ylopo leads, right? And the advantages of Raiya Live is that every single lead consistently gets called 11 times in the first 2 weeks. We found that is the best cadence to call leads, right? The call center, it has layers of training for scripting around Ylopo leads. Everything from Barry and Gabe providing mindset, scripting insight, to we've hired one of our clients, Rockstar ISAs, to become an ISA coach. She's listening to calls all day long, coaching our reps, make sure that they're getting trained, it's improving every single day. And we go through a vigorous QA and coaching process to ensure quality, right? The call center technology we built out seamlessly integrates with Ylopo and your CRMs. No more using Zapier to get this data to that data. It breaks sometimes, only gets partial data, confuses folks. It's time delayed. All of this is 100% integrated with Ylopo and CRM data, right? And what's great for you on the marketing side is that now we have standardized the quality of your engagement, right? That means that Ylopo knows you have 100 leads, you have 50 leads. We've called all those people on our call center. So we qualify 10%, or we qualify 20%. We can go back into the marketing, aspect and say, let's take away lead follow-up. We know that's standardized, and let's look at your lead quality. You're getting higher qualification on this campaign. We're going to put more budget there. You're getting lower qualification on this campaign. We're going to take away budget there, right? So it's going to be a virtuous cycle that improves your lead quality as well, right? So pricing on this product, we are trying to give you industry-leading pricing on this product. This is not a huge profit center for Ylopo. The goal is, once again, to help you guys engage these leads as much as possible, right? So Raiya Live will be priced on a per lead basis. Each lead costs only $6 to work. Remember, we call these leads 11 times, right? The minimum commitment is 50 leads a month. So for $300, we're going to call a minimum of 50 of your leads. And from there, increment up, we charge you on a per lead basis, right? So very, very cost effective. Now, Raiya Live will be entering beta in the next 2 months, 30 to 60 days. It is out of the gate only going to be available for clients on Direct Connect, right? Because we want to limit the conversations and make sure we test out the quality before we expand it to other sources. We are going to eventually work all of your Ylopo priority leads, all of your AI engaged leads, all of your other lead sources as well. We're going to start with Direct Connect, right? And guess what? The first 100 beta testers for Raiya Live will get it for free.
How much?
30 to 60 days. Free.
How much?
Free.
Oh,
right? So there is, absolutely no reason that you guys shouldn't go to Ylopo.com Q4 releases and sign up to our beta registration process. The faster you register, the sooner you sign up, you're going to be in that 100 group, and we're going to do this for you for free, right? So you can see if this is going to work for your business,
I
right?
just want to make sure,
So,
G, this is direct connect only though for the initial run.
that's right. For the initial run, it's only direct connect, but just get on the beta list, right? Because you're then next up as soon as we expand lead sources, right? So right now, today, it's only for direct connect, but we will expand it to other sources as well as your database sooner than later. Okay, so part 4, we want to talk about measurement, accountability, and visibility. Howard, you want to take it away here?
Sure. So let me just sort of talk a little bit just about that, the Raiya Live. So Direct Connect, we've been working on this for a long time. Direct Connect is here to stay, okay? All the other tools we went over, they are here to stay, right? Raiya Live is a grand experiment, okay? If that's why we're, going to have 100 people testing this for free, right? Because you can't complain about something that's free, right? But, look, honestly, if it turns out to be awful and we're awful at the Raiya Live piece, we're not going to continue to do it, right? It's got to be great. And I think the jury's out. Like, we're going to give it the college try because we're frustrated, we're frustrated as you are with, speed to lead and lead follow-up and all that kind of stuff. And we've built an expertise in the Philippines. As a lot of you guys know, we have a lot of folks in the Philippines. Like, if you don't want someone in the Philippines, like, doing this, then don't sign up for it, right? Like, that's just, and I understand that if you don't, right? But, I think that we're just really just trying to get, we're really trying to minimize. They're not going to like be talking about real estate or talking too long with the clients, right, G? Like, they're just trying to connect you. Just look like this virtual assistant, just trying to connect you to keep this make this sort of transfer like hot or warm and all that sort of stuff. So again, huge double asterisk. This is a grand experiment. This is out there on the edge, right? We're not a call center company, but we're going to give it the college try. We're putting a lot of effort into it, and let's see how it rolls.
In the meantime, if you liked what you saw and you want to sign up for our wait list, Ylopo.com Q4 releases, sign up for our wait list.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
See you next time.
All right.
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.